All right, I'm getting ready to hop right to it. Want to go over oil, follow up on oil. Been looking at this forever. Some good trades coming up out of this, starting with the daily chart. I got a couple different counts on this one. I've got what I think could be a large triangle pattern that's developed, or it can be a series of one twos, one two, one two. Either way, they kind of take on the same shape and form. Um, what I am going to do, I think I want to look at the nesting pattern, and uh, finish marking up the chart, uh, coming off the low. Let's see, nest, something like that, and then we're gonna break down to the 4 hour chart for right now. Um, I want to step back and talk about this, what looks like corrective move down. I did get into a trade on this. I've been looking for either the wave two down or wave E down. Either way, been looking for some type of termination um, somewhere in the zone. And as of right now, looks like we may have it. Let me go to the 1 hour chart. And so what I did was I put a pitchfork on this because I was looking to try to keep this impulsive move, well, not impulsive move, but this corrective move in some type of a channel, a regular channel. It was a little too tight. So, but what it looks like we may have is uh, like an a B, and then a C wave down, which is a zigzag, which is what you would get in a wave two, typical wave two. Um, Want to mark this chart up right quick. Want to go back and five. Let me move this minuet, degree wave five down here. I think I'm going to change all of this. Three, four, unlock this wave one, unlock this. Uh, yeah, I might have to, it's been a minute since I looked at the nesting, the nest count. I was a little, I guess you can say, fixated on the triangle. Well, I gave more attention to the triangle, um, which it still could be one. But I need to clean this up right quick. So if this is minuet four, I'm gonna go one, two, three, four, five. So sub minuet. Let me get rid of. I'm gonna delete this. Uh, I'm gonna bring sub minuet three here. One, two, one, two. I don't like that. I don't like because I can't find five out of that. One, two, three, four, one. Let me go down to the 10 minute. Let's see if we can find something. A fourth wave. Maybe that's a fourth wave. So this is why I do think this is a triangle pattern. Either way, it's kind of terminating in the same zone. If it was a triangle, here's that bottom trend line, that A to C trend line down here. And we almost got to it. We don't have to hit it. You know, it can stop short of it. It can even throw over and pierce through it and then pop back up. Uh, it can do anything like that. But let me see. One, two, maybe three, four, I don't know, three, four. I don't like that. I'm gonna take this off. Maybe, I mean, I definitely don't like this, but maybe this is one, two, and then three in here, and then a little baby four, and then five. We're gonna call it that for right now, just so I can finish it off. I don't like it that much, but we'll just cap it on off. And then that terminates a minute degree wave one. Okay, so if that's minute degree wave one, now we're looking for minute wave two down here. I'm gonna hide the pitchfork for right now. And then we're gonna dive into that pitchfork. But this looks like a decent A, B, C. All right. So let me label that. So that's minute wave two. So now we're looking for a minuet degree ABC. That's gonna be A, then B, then C right here. Then I'm going to label the five-way pattern of the zigzag, and those are going to be a subminuet. And this looks like wave one, two, uh, three. This looks like one, two, three, four, five. This looks like three. This is four, and this is five right there. And we got one more, which is this large one. Now that one really pushed. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, because that's B. So this was an extension. You can see that right here. You see one, two, three, three, four, and then you got another one, two, three, four, five down. Uh, so we're gonna call this one, two, three, four. Or maybe this is one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This looks like a hmm, actually I'm gonna turn this to the bars instead of the candlestick. And let's talk about this. I think this is one, two, three, four, five. We'll call that wave one, and then wave two, or maybe this is one, two, three, four, and this is five for your wave one, and then the A, B, C for your wave two, and then one, two, three, four, five for your wave three, and then four, and then this. Oh no, let me do this, and then this one. This little bit, this looks like an ending diagonal right here. How did I have this? One, two, three, four, and a little bitty baby five right there. So let me step back. Oh, gotta go. There we go. Hold on. What am I trying to do? Right here. So we're at subminuet, subminuet, subminuet. One, two, four, three, four, five. I think two. No, I like all this says one, two, three, four for the fifth wave, like that. We're gonna this is one. Okay, trick. This is one. That's two. This is three. One, two. Oh, maybe this is three. And then this is four. And then this is five, which gives us another ending diagonal. Connect the end of one to three, but I gotta measure this though. And then the end of two, end of two to four. We get some conversion, but I need to measure this. This five needs to be shorter than that three. Let's see. If it's not, then it's not. If it's not shorter than that three, then the right pattern. Wow. Right at the one. It's not shorter. And make sure I got it on the right one. And then, yeah, see, it's not shorter. That looks like one, two, or maybe that's three. Yeah, because ending diagonal, you're gonna get zigzags. You're gonna get a zigzag, so maybe this is A, B, C for three, and then another A, B, C for five. That's what I'm about to do. That's what I'm about to do. Right one. So this is still five, but then this will be a micro degree. One, two, three, four, five. So one, two, and then this will come down here. Now we got better divergence. Then if this is one, and then if this is three, now we got us our converging trend line. I'm gonna put the micro on. Micro. So then that's one, two, three, four, and then another five right there. So then that will complete C. This will complete two. Delete that. And then coming up off of here, this looks great. So in the last video, I was looking for this thing to come and retest that daily doji. I'm gonna pop back out to the daily chart right quick. Come on now. So I've been eyeballing that doji almost like a, let's see, where's that top? Oh no, I ain't gonna worry about that just yet. But there's that doji. Bam, beautiful. There's when you look at it on the bar chart. That has been support and resistance as soon as ever since it was formed, came back above it, we tested it, took off, came back down, bam, took out that low, and then now we're starting to head higher. This is another reason why I do like the nest count. Let me go back to bars. Candlesticks, because from this low right here on August 5th, that looked like that was the minor degree wave to termination. Then we had an impulsive move up. Oh, I think that's why my count was off. Yes, this is not one. This is wave one. And then we had a huge expanding flat. That's what I need to do. I need to change that. That's why it was off. So I want to bring this back over here. And then this is a B wave. All of this is a B wave. I gotta go back. I might have to come back to that because I gotta run. Close the whole thing. Still recording? No, still recording. So pause the record. All right. Is my mic still working? Yeah. All right. I just got back and man, wow, look at gold. I mean, not gold, but oil. I'm thoroughly impressed. Hold on, let me make sure this is working. Stop share. Am I recording? Yes. And share. Go back. Bam. All right. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm trying to see where in this count we are. So this is the 10-minute chart. Looking at the first, call this the first wave up. Um, and I can see this a bunch of different ways. Also, I'm trying to figure out if I want to take profit, but it went right back to that volume gap right there. That's something that I'm paid attention to. Um, right here, back on this day, I don't know what day it was, but back over here, big move up. It left a huge volume gap, even though it wasn't a gap in the chart. It was just a straight move up, and then we had a pullback, but it didn't quite come all the way back to the what's that? Look, it was just straight up. So it pulled back, and so what I did was I just created a gap right here from that high, right, then went straight up, and then this did not come refill, so I called that the volume gap because it was real thin right here. If you look at the volume profile over here on the side, we got a gap right there. So then when price came back, it went through it, came back up into it, right? So I guess you call that that'd be a supply zone. I don't know how it would be a supply if it wasn't no volume there. But anyway, then it pushed away, then came right back to it, and now it's falling away. So what I'm not sure of, this could be just looking at this on a 10-minute chart. To throw a projection on here, looking for wave three. And at first, see, I was thinking if I do, hold on, regular wave three projection, that gets you right here. That don't look like the end of wave three, right? But here's the 100% projection, right? And all wave three needs to do is to be longer than wave one. So could that be wave three? And then wave four, and then this is your extended five, which will cap off a minuet degree wave one, and then now we're going to go into a minuet degree wave two. If this is a wave two, do I want to hold on to my position, right? Because technically, this wave two can come all the way back down here. It just cannot pass that point. Well, how about, well, first, let me finish doing the measurement. So if I do the extended wave three projection, that puts me up here to 2618. That's perfect for an extended wave three. And then now we're starting to get a pullback. I kind of like that better because if this is subminuette wave two, this looks like the first push up. So 1, 2, 3, 4 with an extended fifth wave. Let's measure that little internal uh, wave three. Let's measure this little internal 1, 2, and 3. See if we get 100%, and we do. So we can call that micro 1, micro 2, micro 3, micro 4 with an extended wave 5. So then let's measure out the end of wave 4, and it got to the 1618. and just a little bit past it, which would be your extended wave 5. I'm gonna leave that here. That look like that may be a good support line for right now. All right, so let's just label this. I'm gonna label this as subminuette 3, and then we're looking for a subminuette 4. Might be somewhere down in this zone, um, where let's say I'm just spitballing, maybe do something like that for 4, and then we head off into 5. Which if we had an extended third wave, then the fifth wave might not go. Uh, Most likely won't be extended. Now here's that other daily doji up here. Let me go to the 2-hour chart. Because we very well could see, because we can see how those dojis uh, will support, right? And fell back down to this lower daily doji. And then maybe we can go right back into that. Maybe that could be the end of subminuette 4. And then we get a retrace back and then go. So let's just say, see that higher daily doji, that price is at 84.41. My entry on this one was 80.27, right? Just a little bit higher than that daily doji at 80.07. So I got a really, really good entry on this one. Let me let me finish doing this first. Let me go back down. 10-minute chart. Okay. So I want to throw a retracement up here because we're looking for, oh, yeah, I'm going to do a retracement. I'm going to do a channel. We're looking for where this wave 4 may terminate. All right. Again, that's anywhere between the 14% retracement and the 382% retracement. Hours. And then let's put these on hours. And this one on hours. Okay, now I want to throw a channel on here. I'm gonna do a couple to actually what I want to do. 618. Here's that lower degree wave 4 too. I don't want to see it retrace all the way down here. Here's another lower degree wave 4 right here at the, what does that look like? Here's a 286, the 382 right here. Here's the 382 retracement. Here's a micro degree wave 4 right at what could also be some support. So we're just going to assume for right now that maybe this wave 4 can terminate somewhere down around here, uh, which is price around 82.32 down to around 82.10. Price zone possible for termination of wave 4. I'm going to throw a channel on here, connecting the end of wave 1 to the end of wave 3, projected off the end of wave 2. And this is already there. Price is already there now. And it's falling out. It's falling out. It's falling out of that channel, which if it does, then we will have to move the 3, subminuette 3 down here, subminuette 4 down there, and then 5, and then that'll be a 1. We'll do that as a second, an alternate count. Also, what I want to do is I'm gonna throw a pitchfork on here off the end of wave 1 and the end of wave 2. We'll do the original. Nope. About the mod. Nope. About the shift. Nope. It's too steep. It's almost too steep for me to call this a valid impulse wave. I'm gonna move my stop up. I kind of want to just take all profit right now and then live to fight another day. Because I would hate for this thing to just melt off. Let me do this. I'm gonna move my stop below the 382, and I'll just be happy with. If it does go through it, I'll just be happy with it, with what I get. It won't be the full amount, but because I want to leave room for this to be a wave 4, and then we get another move up. But when I put that pitchfork on here, I couldn't get it, you know, I couldn't get all this price action to stay within this pitchfork. No matter whether I pick the mod shift, the original shift, or the shift. I know. Let me try to wide. No, I just can't get. I just can't get it to. Well, and the reason why I am thinking is because a lot of times when I'm looking at a correction and an X wave, and let me just hide that instead of deleting it. X wave, X waves tend to be straight up, like a straight up zigzag, just boom, where it suck you in, making you think it's an impulsive wave, only for it to fail, and then you get another move down. That could happen if my triangle count is right. If the triangle is right, because then that will be ABC, which will make W. Then that will be an X. And then you get another zigzag down to Y. Then that will hit the bottom of the that triangle trend line, the AC trend line. And triangles are there. Triangles they'll confuse you, frustrate you. And see, I don't like the way that's falling away. I don't, and this is the 10-minute chart, so I don't want to get. Let me look and see what the hourly chart look like. Yeah, see, look, that's a nice. Ooh, that's a nice little hourly doji too. Book in straight up. This thing could retrace all the way back to the 50, right? 50% retracement, and then now we got us a impulse range, and then this thing will just chop, and then find one edge, and then maybe bounce back to the. Ooh, I can see that. I can see that. I can see something like so. Impulse range is like kind of what it sounds like. It basically sets a playing field, right? Your high, your low, and then that looks like right in the middle, right? So now you got the playing field, and then what will happen is once it makes that sharp high, we got basically we got bookends, right? Then it'll find its way back to the midpoint, and basically like it's game on, right? And then price will chop, and it'll be nasty. It'll be nasty chop up and down. But what you will see when you have an impulse range is price is going to make its way to one edge or the other, right? And as soon as it makes that low, right, you take out that low or take out that high. Let's say it picks this direction first, then what it'll do is it'll snap right back to the middle of that range, and then you'll get more chop as it tries to make its way to the opposite side of that range. And then a lot of times it'll do that, then it'll boom, it'll come right back to the middle, which if this is a triangle, that would kind of fit the personality. That price action would fit the personality of a triangle. So that's falling away. Uh, Shooting star looked like price went up first and then rejected. Now it's heading down. Then again, like if I go back to that, let me clear that. If I go back down to the 10-minute, now if this is wave two of subminuette and this is wave four, this looks like a sharp corrective pattern. So I want to see a flat corrective pattern. And this first move needs to be three waves. And I don't like that. I don't like the way that looks. Let's see if we get a bounce here. This made it back to the 236 retracement. That may not show up on the chart, but here's the 286 retracement, and then here's the 382 retracement. So if we get a bounce here and then come down, I may feel a little bit better. We're trying to hold this thing. But if this thing just keeps coming straight down, then that's looking like you're gonna get something like that. Which then it could be minuet one and then going into minuet two. It could be a bunch of different things, but I may not want to stick around. I may want to go ahead and take profit. But nonetheless, let's finish this mark up. 4 and then maybe 5. So the other thing I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna do just put it on the same screen, and I'm gonna do an alternate, and I'm gonna say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and I'm gonna make that white. I'm gonna make that or grayish or whatever. And actually, I want to turn that to subminuette. Change the color back to whatever, grayish, whatever. And then if that's the case, then that will be a minuet degree wave 1. And I'm gonna turn that white. Then we'll be looking for minuet 2. I'm gonna turn that. So that's an alternate, right? My primary count right now is that we're looking for uh, wave 4 pullback to continue higher. My secondary count is that this is minuet degree wave 1 is complete, and now we're in a minuet degree wave 2. And if that is the case, how deep? But just a standard golden zone will put you right here, right around that 100% projection. So we got two zones. Oh, this look like it's trying to bounce. Come on, you can do it. Just to keep the chart clean, I'm gonna take those projections off, okay? Because I know I got two zones now. Got this zone, and then somewhere in this zone right there, probably more likely closer to the 382. So maybe a retracement price for a fourth wave will get you back down to 82.11. If this is minuet degree wave 2, And we're looking at a zone between 81.46 down to 81.03. Move my stop up to around 81.85 because if this is a minuet degree wave 2, rather go ahead and take some profit and then wait until this thing retraces back and terminate and then try to catch it on the next move up. Because if that's the case, then that bad boy gonna be more volatile than the wave 1. It's gonna do something like that. So let's step back, get out of that. Let's see. What else can I look at? Oh, let me throw that channel. What that channel look like? So if I was looking for a wave 4, see it's out of that channel. And the 3, 2, it fell out. Mm, oh no, let me change that color. What is that color? Both of them, 236. Let me change that to. Let me see what the pinks look like. That's 2 by 2, 14. Mm, just in case, I'm gonna throw that target. See, my target, what I would love for this thing to do is to go straight to that other daily doji at 80.40. That would just make my day and not close out. That would make me a happy man. All right, let me go daily chart. Let's look at this on the daily chart. Let's step back and look at the bigger picture. That gap up here, man, that's another juicy target too. That is another juicy target. Um, let me make these. Let me put this on hours, and then put this on hours. Put this on hours. I'll come back and clean the chart up later. Just want to get a little video done. Put this on hours, and then that channel too. Channel. Hmm, I should have did that. Okay. Put that on. Just let me get a clean view right now. All right. So back to that volume gap. We are right in the apex of what I say is a triangle. This thing is ready. It's squeezing. You know, it can come back up here, come back up here. It can do all kinds of stuff. Don't want to get too greedy. This looks nice. I mean, this looks good. I mean, everything is flowing as it should. Everything is flowing as it should. I don't think there's too much more I can say about this right now, other than just wait and see. Wait and see what the lower time frame develops there. Man, that was perfect. That bam, that was perfect. A plus entry. If I do say so myself. I did get stopped out though, so let me not front. So yeah, let me talk. Let me go to the 10-minute chart. So overnight, yeah, I'm gonna turn the trades on just so we can see. So I got a little antsy. I did get a little antsy because it bounced away, right? Um, my first entry was right here. I didn't let it actually get to that 80.07, which that's where my original order was placed. I was going to do a ambush order right on the 80.07. And so when I was watching it, um, you can see, let me go down to the one. I'm going to go down to the 1 minute. So this is what happened. So watching it was coming down and then it bounced away, which I should have been patient, but then a lot now, even though this is those dojis or whatever, those are solid numbers to trade against. But it does not mean that price is gonna have to hit it. It definitely hits that number before it goes, but a lot of times it does. One day I'll do a longer video on how I feel about these dojis and how I use them to trade. Um, I'll use them in what called a auction. I think that's right. Auction market theory. MARKET market theory. Okay, that's good enough. Auction market theory, but that's another video. Um, so anyway, entry was right here because this looked like and see that was the other thing too. I didn't let a full 5 waves actually get started, right? Because I didn't want to miss out. So that was bad trade. But nonetheless, what I did do was even though I got in here, um, I held it. I think my stop was at 70, 79. I think that's where my original stop was, like somewhere like right there, right? So when I saw it pulling back, I'm like, damn. All right, but then let it go ahead and hit that 80, that doji, and look, perfect hit, and then it started moving. All right. I'm like, all right, cool. So as soon as it started moving, what I did though was I moved my stop up right below that 80.07. All right. So it started moving up. Now, mind you, this is a 1 minute. But if I look at it on the 10 minute, I'll stay here. But what it lock that. What it ended up doing was forming a 3 wave, like a ABC, right? And then it started falling away. So I'm like, damn, they got me. All right. But I didn't move my stop. I didn't panic because, it still could have developed into anything else. I mean, something else. It could have developed into a expanding diagonal or, it's all kind of different little things. So I left my stop and I was like, if it's going to stop me out, it's going to stop me out. But my risk wasn't that much though. Where's my, so if I got in at 80.37 and I moved my stop to 80.07, I mean, it was 30 cents. It wasn't that much. 0.3, 0.37% risk. So I was just like, if it take me out, it take me out. In which they do that a lot anyway, to run the stops, which we see that's what they did. They ran the stops. And then so when I got back on the charts earlier this morning, this was looking like a leading diagonal. It was looking like a leading diagonal because I saw 1, 2, right? And then this was looking like 3 and then 4. Well, no, I think I forgot what I said. So, but it got back above that doji again. And then knowing that they like to run them stops, now I get to try to get back in closer to that doji, right? So I got in here and then we see again, and then we see how important that number was. It came right back there to the doji and then bounced off and it ain't touched it since then. It ain't touched it since then. So You say that was, this is the 1 minute chart now, one, two, and then what I have, I think this was three, four, and then that was five to make your subminuette degree wave one. And then when you have, this was a leading diagonal, right? That was a leading diagonal like that. And then when you have a leading diagonal, after the fifth wave is done, you do get a sharp retracement back down for the wave two. And that retracement generally tends to fall back within the territory of the wave two of that leading diagonal. And that's exactly what happened. Right back into that territory. And then boom, it took off. And then on my way home from work, it pulled back and then seven this morning. Yeah, just got back to the crib and then nights after that. And that's honestly that's what I was expecting to see. I mean that's what I wanted to see. Now you're going sideways. Back on the 10-minute chart. Now we had a push down. Now we're going sideways. That is telling me we're getting ready. That's like a wave four. 4-minute chart. Wave one, wave two, wave three, wave four, wave five. Which, if that is the case, then now we're looking at a zigzag down. You know what? I'm closing it because can't never be upset with taking profit. I'm gonna move my stop. I want to give it some more room. I want to get this bad boy some more room. Let me put it below this. I'm gonna just put it below that high right there. I'm gonna just put it below that high. I don't know. I might fiddle with it some more. Anyway, I'm gonna call that a day. Good trade. Keep monitoring. Then we're gonna go from there.